It is time for our last Stop and Jot for Module 7. Don't forget to grab your Module 7 handout. Whether you are driving a car, knitting a blanket, or playing baseball, practice is required to gain proficiency, and the same is true for fluency. Some fluency strategies such as choral reading, echo reading, and paired reading are designed to provide students with direct and immediate support with their oral reading practice. These assisted reading strategies involve a lot of reading with multiple texts, multiple readings of multiple texts. Repeated reading strategies, on the other hand, are designed to provide students with multiple opportunities to practice their fluency skills with one selected text, multiple readings of one text. A text read repeatedly with the goal of increasing reading rate, accuracy, and expression with that piece of text. However, the value of repeated reading is that research has shown that improvement in fluent reading of a practiced text results in reading fluency improvement of unseen text. There are a variety of strategies built around the concept of repeated reading, and all are different, but there are a few general steps that are embedded within them. Text selection. The text can be slightly above level since it will be read numerous times and should be meaningful text that promotes interest and motivation. Initial reading conducted by students and designed for the purpose of gaining meaning, to understand the text. The next step is model reading, which is done by the teacher to demonstrate proper rate, expression, and intonation. Guided reading, where students read the text aloud and the teacher provides feedback for improvement of oral reading. And multiple rereadings, to aid initially with accuracy and automaticity, and then for prosody, initial focus on accuracy and automaticity, and then prosody. The two repeated reading strategies we discussed were poetry slams and reader's theater, both great strategies that demand practice in preparation for a performance. Our topic of fluency strategies then expanded to those strategies that were even more focused and direct, and could be used for all students, but were especially effective as fluency interventions for students struggling with fluency development. The Fluency Development Lesson, FDL, especially is great for whole group instruction when first introducing key prosodic features, but as an intervention when used on a daily or near daily basis for less fluent readers. We also learned about two strong assisted reading intervention strategies, the Neurological Impress Method, NIM, and Read to Impress, R2I. Both interventions involve intense oral assisted reading with the expert reader's voice resonating in the ear of the student during reading in order to impress a strong image of the way the words should sound. These strategies can seem intense and time-consuming, but proven very effective for students who can't seem to get past that monotone word-by-word reading. And finally, our last topic of study, assessing reading fluency. We discussed that oral reading fluency assessments were quick and relatively effective ways to gather reading accuracy, rate, and prosody information. Basic protocol involves the student reading a grade-level short passage and the teacher marking the passage for errors in word recognition to obtain a words read correct score of at least 92% accuracy. Accuracy, words read correct, 92 to 100%. Rate of reading, you simply time the first 1 minute of the reading and determine the number of words read correctly per minute, and then use the oral reading norms to determine if that percentage is appropriate or not at a specific time of year and grade level. Prosody is a bit more difficult to measure, but can still be done with the oral reading fluency assessment and some type of scale or rubric to measure the prosodic features evidenced in the reading. One such scale is the multidimensional fluency scale. While listening to a student read orally, you take notes of the reading as they relate to expression and volume, phrasing, smoothness, and pace, and then afterwards use the scale to determine the reader's use of these prosodic features. As with all assessments, it is important to remember that we assess in order to gather data to inform our instruction. The data collected should lead you to the best strategy to use for building whatever aspect of fluency your students need. That wraps up our review of 4 key concepts we have covered since our last fluency Stop and Jot. Before moving on, be sure to take a moment to think about these big ideas and how they might relate to your classroom instruction.